Story 1. Husband found out that wife of 18 months has been cheating for 2 months. He really hoped the pain would go away someday because he couldn't keep living like this. He is in a dark place right now. He is hurting so much inside that his heart pains physically. This is the 11th day since he discovered that his wife of 18 months was cheating on him emotionally and physically for around 2 months. He wasn't the perfect husband, far from it. She was unhappy, he wasn't emotionally available and did not open up. She tried talking to him. He gradually started to communicate, doing more things, but it wasn't like he never showed love and affection. He did, but it was not enough all the time. She started spending a lot of time on her phone talking to a guy who was at their wedding. His wife had cheated on him and divorced him. He was there to talk to her. She had harbored some negative feelings against her husband from the time when they were dating. She wouldn't let it go. She did not remember all the things he did for her. Instead, she chose to remember the things he did not. There were many times he would just not be able to communicate to her because her silent treatments were just too much. He wishes that he could go back and correct all those things he did wrong. Wish she told him that their marriage was at stake. He would give anything for her and their relationship. He found out and filed for divorce, and she moved out 2 days ago. He has spent the last 11 days in the worst possible way. He paced in the backyard for 5 hours, screamed his heart out, bawled, went without eating and sleeping for 2 days. Now only eat once a day, sleep for 2 hours. He doesn't know how he can go along like this. This pain is way too much to bear. He thought it will get better with time, but it keeps getting worse. He knows he can't delete himself because he couldn't give that pain to his parents and brother. But he also cannot keep going like this, have a normal life and job. He doesn't know what his future holds now. Reader comment, it will get better. Be kind to yourself and keep busy. Make sure you see family and friends. They were a great support for me when my ex did the same. I'm 15 years down the line. I remarried and I'm happy. Just take one day at a time, my friend. And remember, our friends and family will not want you to suffer or feel alone. Original poster, he is trying to do that. He keeps telling himself that it will get better, but it doesn't. She was his person. He was going to grow old with her, see their grandkids. Reader comment, sorry to hear about your struggles with this situation. Please remember that you don't deserve to be betrayed, especially as a newlywed. Your spouse could never be able to fulfill their promised vows to you, regardless of your own personal flaws. Just start working towards improving your boundaries and your professional and physical growth. Good luck with your journey. Original poster, thanks. He knew that their marriage was not perfect, but he had taken vows. He was committed to the marriage until death. When she started saying that she doesn't know if she wants kids because they had talked about it before marriage and how that was so important to him, he was shocked, but he had married this woman. She was his wife and is the love of his life. He was going to see a therapist to talk about it, with possibility of adoption, but before he could, he found out that she was having an affair. Story 2. 1 month after breaking up. He just broke up with his GF of 4 years after she emotionally cheated on him with some narcissist dude 6 years older than her. When the dude first told her that he liked her, she told him that they must stop hanging out, but a few days later he guesses she broke down and started hanging out with him again. To be honest, he doesn't know why he didn't set boundaries. He got gaslighted a lot. She lied a lot and gaslighted him pretty often to go talk to the other guy, as she said that she was sad that he was suffering because he liked her. Looking back, he doesn't understand why he didn't just leave. In July, this dude demanded that she had to break up with her boyfriend. It was a wild conversation from the sounds of it. It ended with his ex leaving the place where they were and telling him that they couldn't be friends. She didn't talk to him until 2 weeks later to text him happy birthday. Then, she started acting like she was missing him and making excuses as to why it was okay for her to remain in contact with him. Then she started talking about how she was not ready to be in a committed relationship with anyone at the moment. How she felt bad because he deserves better, how she felt like she was suffocating the whole time, that she wanted to explore herself and find who she is. She also said she had commitment issues. At the same time, she said that she was terrified of losing him and wanted them to work out. He told her that he thinks ultimatums are bad for relationships, but that if she ever went to talk to the other guy in person again, he would break up with her. Well, she lasted 3 weeks before doing it, and then came back crying to apologize. She said she just wanted to tell him how bad of a person he was for lying to her. Turns out that he was talking to multiple girls at the same time when he was talking to her, so she got jealous, lol. Her mental health kept declining, and she finally started seeing a therapist after telling her for months. She had a super rough childhood with terrible parents and trauma. Her therapist also said that she had PTSD from this relationship with the narcissist dude. She lied about liking him back until 4 months later, and then she went and lied to her boyfriend again and met with him. She came back really upset and blocked him everywhere because she found out that he was seeing another girl and lied to her about it. Then this dude stalked her at a coffee shop, demanded that she had to talk to him in private with her phone off for an hour or else he would blackmail her by telling everyone that he slept with her. An hour later he tried to break into our apartment because she didn't go talk to him. His ex felt extremely sorry for him as he called 911 when he tried to break in and refused to leave. She sent him a message apologizing about it. They moved back to a different state far away from that dude, and then he broke up with her a month later. She is sad about the breakup and said that she wants to work on her issues so that he takes her back in the future. He told her that while he would like to be with her, a lot of things must change before he could even consider that. She has a lot of traumas to work on, and she just began therapy again. She has been depressed since at least the beginning of the year, and it has only gotten worse. All of her validation comes from men, and she says that she hates herself. Can someone really change the way that they treat relationships? He thinks cheaters are selfish people with no morals because they don't care how the other person feels even if they hate that someone cheats on them. She has asked him how she could improve her values and morals, and most of her newer friends are people who also lack morals. She says that she misses her old self. It's been a month since the breakup, and they still hang out, but he has no intention of getting back together unless she radically changes. He's still salty at her for never apologizing about hurting him in some ways. He doesn't think she has realized that she hurt him other than just feeling guilty about liking two people at the same time and getting caught in some lies. He is not sure she can change as he knows it is a long road and it takes a lot of hard work to work on your internal problems. He has been taking a lot of time to work on himself, got into therapy, and now he is mostly just trying to have fun overall in his life by doing things he likes. Story 3. Girlfriend of 7 years cheated, she got kicked out, now is homeless. EP is 18. He is an adult. Sorry for the poor choice of wording in the title. Hello everyone. 2 weeks ago, he didn't know this place existed. He never thought he would be posting here, but it looks like that is the norm. He has read almost every single post and those alone have helped him immensely, so thank you. He wrote out the entire story, but it was very long, and he is not sure if anyone would read it or if he is even ready to share it. For a few months now he had suspected his girlfriend, 32 female, was cheating. He finally logged on her Facebook and found out for sure 2 days before Thanksgiving. He was devastated. Like a lot of other posters here, he had trusted his partner completely up until the last few months. He later found out through social media that the guy is only 18 years old. He is still in high school and works at McDonald's. He was floored. He feels so many things he's not even sure what to think about it. He has a home and a decent career and have been the sole provider for his girlfriend for their entire 7-year relationship. He kicked her out immediately. They have had about 4 conversations since then, which began civil and rapidly escalated into ugly and hurtful. Unfortunately, he has been through this all before, so he knew the relationship was over the moment he saw the messages, but there was still a part of him that wanted her to grovel and beg for another chance, to give him any excuse to have her back. She apologized at first, but only as a pretext to tell him how he had hurt her, how she now had no car and no money, and he had disconnected her phone line. It was obvious that she was only sorry for herself. She later became nasty. She made the usual excuses, that he wasn't there for her, and he wasn't what she needed, and he never loved her, etc. She had no remorse. Again, it was all too familiar to him at this stage in his life, but it didn't make it hurt any less. He was devastated after his last long-term relationship ended in cheating. He dated casually for a long time after that because he didn't feel like he could trust other people. She was the first person he ever met whom he believed genuinely loved him. He finally felt like it was safe to give everything he had. Every day now feels like a nightmare. She is now dating the guy as far as he knows. Reader comment, if it's any consolation, her little dalliance with Junior will crash and burn within a couple of months. Then she will discover she gave up a safe and happy life for a wild romp with a newbie. I bet your phone rings within a week of this realization. You need to prepare yourself so you don't knuckle under to her entreaties when that day comes. Just look in the mirror and chant F off over and over again until you are ready. I give it 2 months max. Original poster, thank you. He fully expects to hear from her soon. Just trying to fill his life back up right now so that he has the strength to tell her to F off when the time comes. Reader comment, my girlfriend of 9 years and I were planning on getting married, we're house hunting, and talking about adopting a child. I walked in on her getting railed from behind in our bed by a guy my son's age. After I left, that lasted 3 months and she's been in and out of relationships ever since. Since you've already been through this once, you now know that it happens with far greater frequency than people talk about. All you can do is focus on yourself and try to keep up your faith. Original poster, sorry to hear that. He can't imagine actually walking in on it. Reader comment, cheating is the theme of every post here, but what stood out to me about this one is what a user the ex was. Opus was sole provider and after she got kicked out, she lacked car, money and phone. What an ingrate. I suggest dating around, taking your time, and looking for a relationship where both partners contribute. It doesn't have to be on an equal basis, as some really great people choose lower paying jobs to help others or have creative careers like music or art. But a lower-earning partner can contribute in a rough ratio to the couple's respective earnings. This woman should have been paying utilities for her own phone, etc. A total dependent is a recipe for resentments on both sides. Find someone who brings as much to the table as you do, across all measures: love, empathy, helping with mundane chores, and at least some financial independence. Original poster, you're absolutely right. He wasn't in a great place emotionally or financially when they met, so he guessed he wasn't as critical as he should have been. Definitely won't settle for anyone who doesn't have their